Alright, and we're live. Okay. Let's start on here. Got a little Fae music going today. That's supposed to running? Okay. Back working. Okay. Brush size. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Let's disable the fan. Glad you could join. Very bot for that. Always seems like this thing's got to warm up first. That's all about. No haircut, just wet hair. You'll see it go back to its winter mane very shortly. How are you doing, Zell? I was going to get my hair cut this week, but all the snow and ice pretty much made me go, you know, we should just keep it longer, just for a little bit longer, because when I put the mask on, most of my head is covered. Why don't you buy a winter hat? Doing really well. Getting some drawing in. Having a good time doing it. Oh, here we go. Highlight in there. $100? Little stuff like that can make a big difference. So, better, doesn't it? Yeah, we're just gonna do some work. Kind of turn really nice boss hero. That yeah. She's gonna be really, really fun, I think, whenever we figure out what character this turn into. Um, I promise we're gonna work on the spells. We're gonna a little more deets there as well. Enough goodies there. Make your brights brighter. Hey, I might take off tomorrow. So, we'll have to see about that, but might. I've been known. Wintry hell is still a thing out there. We take off, we're going to do some form. Might do some form of stream tomorrow as an extra, and just kind of back in the swing a bit more. I was kind of realizing, I was like, wow, I've only got like 3 days a week that I'm not streaming now. I know that doesn't sound a whole bit amazing. You know, a lot of people stream for 5 days a week. Man, when you got another job, that's rough. Alright, so I'm thinking might just have to put like snaky heads here. You gotta go a long way, guys. You gotta go a long way. I mean, it's all the way down there. So I'm thinking we might put like this here where you can see it in the original image. Like let's go ahead and start working. Let's make our overwrite. Yeah, it's been a good day. Real relaxing. You don't have like, you know, you're not being, you know, put on the spot to deal with an entire freaking plague. Really makes a difference. Disposition. Lucky us. We got a few days reprieve, and honestly, I can tell. I can tell my staff needed it anyway, so I have a great team, but I could tell. It was getting to everybody. All getting a little... Everybody seems to be back. Makes me really glad. Like I said, everybody needed that time off. Got it. Okay, so we're... happen. This is becoming a really nice image. At least enough done that I can say she's a working character concept. My DM for most likely this character, he pointed out to me very helpfully that clerics, there are multiple domains that get martial weapon proficiency, so I may or may not be any closer to sorting out. I think one of the domains he said that gets that is one of the ones I'm not gonna click on him anyway, because I think that's the infinite hit point one. I'm not that guy. Because for one thing, like, the gimmick, it's great for, like, you know, first couple of sessions. Play something that is absurd, busted. The gimmick is great for, like, 2 sessions, and then you're, like, it starts to kind of wear on you. And then by the end of, like, the 4th, it's no fun for anyone involved, so... not going to pick the... I think it's the Twilight domain. If I do go cleric. So I have some options cut off. I'm not going to do that too. Because yes, your DM can compensate. The rest of the players at the party may or may not be very thrilled with you by the time they are done. So, D&D and all RPG take. Going for Ted Brokens is, in my opinion, way past the take. Plus, you're limiting. You've limited yourself then as well. Like your DM's doing his job. He's gonna find out ways to make your party mates. Yes and no. Like, I have so many mixed feelings with the cleric. It's kind of one of those deals where I really should. Whatever she is. So essentially, it's between the cleric and the paladin, and whichever one I don't take for her, the Aarakocra get. My Birdman. Which he's gonna look cool. No. Okay, I thought we had a problem, chat. Oh, we do have a problem. Broke my opener, chat. Have beer. Or cider, rather. This is why we have the mature warning on our channel. Can't endorse the alcohol with the kiddies. Hey, it's not my fault. Okay, so I'm thinking... here we'd be able to see both snake heads. I do one like here. The other one here, maybe. maybe. Bio. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna play with her yet. My heart says go cleric because it's going to be a role that's going to be open at the next table. So will druid. Will technically be my second support character being played at the game table. For 5e in a row. And my character before then was a paladin, so I had a bard. I think I've had 2 bards. No, we've had one. We've had one for sure. I had a paladin, bard, and this would be either a cleric or a druid or a paladin. Another possible for me is I might pick out, I might do something like a damage dealer, like a blood hunter. I think that would be cool. Yeah. It just depends on what the party needs, but I'm leaning on this being cleric. I really could. That would be so cool. Just full out make her a priestess. Hey, we're going to go snick. Let's do some erasing in here. Okay. Yeah, this thing definitely lags a little bit. At times. Oh, my, the computer in my office died fully today. And, luckily I had a computer that I was, putting together out of essentially garbage. And, it's actually a better PC than what I had, so... Fucking winning, as far as I'm concerned. I don't like this head. It doesn't look right. This is why we saved. I don't do a lot of animal heads. In theory, they will replace it eventually. But, they were supposed to give me a laptop, like, 3 years ago. It's going pretty well. I was just telling them about our dead computer in the office there. The, garbage PC that I've created out of it. We need a snake head. Start. Okay. Yeah, nothing like fixing something out of garbage and it turning out to be better than what you had. So that thing was a pile of shit for a long time. The funnier part is the pile of shit, the garbage computer is actually 2 years older, but it also had some steroids thrown into it. I love the case for it, though. It's a shame that it's a fucking Dell thing, so there's nothing that's standardized. We're gonna have to get the grinder out and do some cutting the day I decide to replace stuff in it. The missing grinder. That has been a total pain in my ass. It's a hard thing to draw is, you know, open. We'll have to zoom in on the head here in a minute. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the zoom. Let's go to 200. How bad does the head really look, guys? There you go. Hey, look away, it's hideous. Fucking ugly, oh my god. That's the first step. Clean it up so you at least know what you have. Alright. Like that, I think. Oh, looks more hard to draw these. I don't draw damn animals, chat. People, I can almost draw people. Animals, 4-year-old broken fingers. Here a little bit. What I'm gonna do a smart. Completely erase this. Fuck this. Let's stop trying to fix the train wreck. What we're gonna do, we're gonna do a smart. We're actually gonna load up a real cobra head from the side. And we're just going to draw based off of that. Quit screwing around. I know the face is going to be something like that, so... Here's the sad thing. That looks more like a snake already than what I'd already been doing. Give y'all an idea how little talent I really have, right? Alright. Cobra head online. Okay. Alright, I want to see a fucking cobra from the side. Okay, chat. Now we have our base image. And we get some pop-up proof ad block fucking pop-up for it, too. It has a boss-looking statue, guys. We're gonna do a smart. So I don't have to deal with the future pop-up that's probably going to come in here. So, I'm just gonna load that into Discord. We're going to draw from the Discord image. Fail miserably, but y'all don't even know that part. I need a way to size this down for a second. Enough that I can move. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Nymphy? You know, I wasn't as far off as I thought I was. Let's get to work on fixing. Yeah, so before you think that I am a complete no-talent hack, I'm only a semi-no-talent hack. I'm drawing a cobra from the side, so... It's after 5 o'clock, I'm allowed. Alright. I had the right idea, more or less. Actually part of the neck. So... be like this. Okay, and it's parallel with the jaw, which I also didn't. So, we're gonna have this here. This starts... this... that in. Yeah, that's a little bit more like a damn cobra. Yeah. So no talent, hack artist tip number, like, 927. When in doubt, look at the real image of whatever you're trying to make. If it's any kind of real-world animal. Animals are honestly harder than people to draw. Because you see people all the time, right? You kind of have an instinctive thing on what a person is supposed to look like. Your head, right? You can. It's a lot easier to freestyle a person than. Not that we're going to be doing prize work here. This is going to be heavily stylized because it's an energy attack. God, I really wish I had it. Because the coolest part of the Cobra is the under thing here, along the throat. Yeah, yeah. It's a huge help. And it does. It makes you feel a hell of a lot better. Also, I was drawing the eyes completely wrong. Come to out. Case. Okay. Now I need to shorten up the snout a little bit, it looks like. Stylized or not, I have some. I kind of know where the jaw is going to be. I know where the head's going to be. This to be more Anglian. Quit doing that someday. Also, I'm sure that watching me do this with MS Paint is fucking hilarious. The art program I have that I know works with this damn tablet, okay? I've never tried any other art programs with this tablet other than, like, Metabang, and that turned out horribly, so... Like, it literally didn't even work. I didn't realize how blunt-nosed fucking Cobra really is, till now. I blame the Mustang. This is all the Mustang's fault. How, you may ask? I will tell you. The Mustang Cobras have a much sharper snout than this rounded thing that I am looking at right now. Which is kind of funny. It's just a little bit. As I inadvertently make the fang that I want. Krita is free. I might try Krita. I haven't tried GIMP yet with this tablet. Metabang, literally, I could really push down on this thing, and it would not register the stylus, like, as hitting it at all. Really was, yeah. A Galmon P1650. Pretty nice little tablet, honestly. It is 100% tied to the PC. You can't take it with you and use it to practice with outside of the working environment. Sucks a little, but it's a lot cool. When I first was looking at these, and I was looking at the prices of these tablets, and I'm like, holy god, these are all expensive. And Cyber Monday happened, and this was on sale half off for like $280 instead of like $470 or some shit. I was like, yep, we're getting that. We're getting our tablet. We're gonna learn. Like, I've been wanting to do D&D art. It's a little better. Alright. And it's kind of the same boat with the art programs. I'm looking around at art programs, and, you know, obviously the big boys pretty much are almost guaranteed to work with almost anything that's come out, you know, in like the last 15 years for a tablet. But I'm like, oh god, no. I do not want to shell out money for something that, frankly, right now, I'm just doing it to have fun. Sure, it's going to promote the D&D campaign a little bit. Because I will be drawing our beloved Heroes of the Vines for the Ravenloft. And also going to draw Strahd, which Strahd is going to go full leather daddy. Nothing but leather, lace, and silk on our Strahd. And that's just how I roll. I'll do like an Ankh. I'm gonna have to look up an Ankh as well. I think I need to put the eye more forward. That's why it looks a little different. I can see why the stylized eye is so, like, you just a viper's eye. What everyone goes with a snake. That doesn't look right. Also going to... They're gonna start dragoning up. Oh. Y'all know it's a cobra. Yeah. Well, I mean, what else would he be? He's a perv. He's a full-on sex pervert. He has 3 wives, a husband, and he's looking for more. And one of the, the big things about him is, he's potentially looking at the player characters even as, his personal playthings. I'm like, no, he's a full-on perv. And I'm going to make him Mr. Leather, Lace, and Silk. And I even have the song picked out for him. And I think Mandarian's laughing because he knows exactly what song I'm about to go find. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go get it. We're gonna go get the song, chat. I don't care. I'll take the muting. I'll take it. So I was, as I'm talking, yeah, I'm gonna put it in Discord for y'all. As I'm talking with, Sesam one night, and we're talking about the greater demons and stuff. Hang on, let me repost the, let me just tag everyone, because I know, Nymphy, you have my Discord. I know you do. You need to log in so you can click on this. So we're all talking, about, this greater demon in the abyss named Graz. And he's like, and I'd already stumbled on a song about Graz. And he's like, he's got the Graz lore, and we're talking about Graz. And I'm like, no, I got a song. I found a song that's all about Graz. And I link him the song, and it's based off of Toxic Love from Fern Gully. And it is so lewd and just on the nose that I'm like, this song with this beat and this amount of sleaze, this is Strahd. This is gonna be my Strahd. Couldn't help it. Just immediately, as soon as I heard it the first time, I was like, this is going to be Strahd. So, you all can thank the Bard of the Citrus Grove for how my Strahd is going to turn out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing, like, some before and afters, like, because everyone's changed, like, physically as this campaign has gone on. Like, everyone's characters have changed physically, because Ravenloft always leaves a mark on your heroes. And, I'm really looking forward to the chance to just make it, yeah, we're gonna go with a Viper Eye. I know it's supposed to have a round eye, but guys, I can't stand looking at that. I can't. I just can't. We're going Viper Eye. We're going cliche because cliches are good. See how much more menacing that already looks? See how much better that already looks just from changing the eye. You can't. You just can't, chat. You can't. So anyway, so yeah, I was like, this is perfect. This is the amount of sleaze that is Strahd. And he's a literal rich old white guy who's past his prime, who is absolutely convinced he's still got it. So I'm like, He's the creeper in the club. He's the creeper. He's literally the creeper in the club that everyone's just kind of like, dude, shouldn't you be like hanging it up tonight? Not going and hanging it out? The original thought I had for Straw was I was gonna play him completely straight-laced, and just, you know, ham up the whole he is Count Dracula thing. And don't get me wrong, that's got its place. I was kind of like, you know, Strahd is, you know, I felt like it was he's too often played, you know, the way you're supposed to. So I was kind of like, let's just, it's not even probably a new take on Strahd by any means, but like, he's revolting. He's a fucking social parasite. He is Strahd von Zarovich. Of course he's, you know, old rich dude that, you know, is creeping on women that are, in this case, thousands of years younger than he is. Even though he's got wives, plural, at home. Strahd, he's a fucking creeper. So, I had to do it. Had to do it. That looks a lot. We're gonna just highly the brush size. You imagine how spoiled Strahd's kids would be? Like, they would be that joke character in, like, the horror movie that, you know, well, my dad owns a castle. Oh, yeah? My dad is Strahd von Zarovich. You know, he would be that. Like, his kid would be that guy. It would be that guy. It's just super entitled, like, snot. And y'all know it. Everyone knows it. Really? You don't have my Discord, do you? Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, I can just link it to Nymphy directly so she can hear the horrible song. So there you go, Nymphy. I sent it to your Discord DMs. You'll enjoy that. Just remember, I heard that and immediately thought of Strahd. Yeah, I think the Discord link is on my Twitch page anyway, so if you ever want to go back, you can. Super easy. Alright. That's starting to look like something again. I don't want to make that hood longer. Although it does fit proportionally to what a real Cobra is, roughly-ish. I don't want to make it down here, so what we're going to do is a smart. We're going to do a smart. Tell me you couldn't see me do that voice. You can see it, can't you? I mean, don't you feel like you need a shower after hearing that song? Like, it's so sleazy. It is so completely sleazy. I was like, I forgot. I legit forgot how sleazy that song was. I was like, surely the original isn't that sleazy. So I listened to the original, and it's every bit that sleazy. So I'm like, wow, that is something I completely forgot about going into adulthood. That song is uber sleaze. Yes. It is every bit that sleazy. I was like, yeah, this is perfect. This is Strahd now. Y'all got to deal with it. This is y'all's lives now. Congrats. This is y'all's Strahd. So the day that this party has to fight Strahd, when they get invited back to the castle, which technically I could have, because of how burst heavy these characters are, like if I ran it just pure vanilla, they could probably take the vanilla Strahd right now. They're only level 6. The adventure's designed for 10s to end at 10. And I think they could already handle it. I think they could handle Strahd already. Inori would just, swift death to those who wronged me. Jace would go Nova, Ash would go Nova, and our third burster. Our new paladin, Liam, he would go burst, and yeah. And that'd be the end of Strahd. They would probably lose someone on the way, but I think they could do it right now. So I'm going to spice the thing up. I'm going to make Strahd every bit as hard for them as Amisul was. Because, hey, what's the point? Having a final boss. Then they're going to have a wind down. And then we might, they would all vote yes. I mean, you're probably not wrong. Oh my god. We're gonna delete some of this in the back. But yeah. I fully believe this party could handle the vanilla module to its entirety now. It'd make it really boring, as far as I'm concerned, because, what's the point? Like I said, it'd be a challenging fight, but what if the campaign is supposed to go to 10? I want this campaign to go to 12, maybe 13. Like, anywhere from 11 to 13 is kind of where I'm looking to put the cherry on top. So, I want to get through more than half of the levels of the campaign. Just do it one in my first go. And this might be my first played character in God knows how long. And not here is obviously a mummy, and in D&D 5e she will be a reborn for her. Unless our DM likes the idea of her actually being a mummy better, and I can show him the rules for that I found. Which I won't mind either way. I'm not really shooting for one over the other. Reborn is the simplest. Theory, the most balanced of the two. So yeah, I figure it's like, yeah, we'll just, brought up. I'm with that. Let's start making the powered save over. We're gonna go greens for the power. That was so not what I meant to do. Okay. Well, I mean, we have abused the living snot out of this for a while now. I'm not terribly shocked about the green. Right there needs to be green. Okay. This one will probably fuck up. Not as badly as I was expecting. Fix it. So that one we. So. What? Okay. Go ahead. Little dabba do you? Yeah, my next character is either going to be a not, probably not Mir. I think we've already got a barbarian been picked for that game. So it's either going to be Miri or not. Not. Okay. Not my Aarakocra. The Lizard Wizard. Um, with his "you gonna eat that" joke. I think that'd be hilarious. So, power flying out of this. My Blood Hunter, also impossible. Would be fun. Aarakocra Paladin is also on the table. Although having double beef up front, you barbarians, that is tempting, especially since one of them will have a reach weapon. that, that orb. Start working on this. So what I'm thinking for the orb, I have a couple different colors kind of sprawling around it. Maybe some of the ones, not all of them. Setting up to. Go with that whole powers of creation itself. Field. Kind of already have an idea for her, so RP wise, I think it's gonna be break out some new characters. And I've not really had a chance in a long time. I was promised that the game that our other DM is whipping up is going to be fairly long term, so get plenty of time as a player. If I get as much as I've put in so far, I'll call it a win. I like this. This is much. Oh. We're gonna add some green. Really digging that so far. start adding. Side edge. Yes. So, yeah, talking about art programs, so I guess GIMP is also on my list of things to try, but never really had any experience with it. Will all be a new thing for me. Kind of like little bands now inside. It's already starting to tie the energy together. A Galmon P1650. I should put it in my Discord setup, or my stream setup. That thing's way out of date anyway. I need to do a lot of updating. Alright, so next little bit of power. Put of yellows in there. More zoom. Okay. First things first. It's kind of funny because like when you're starting to make 5e characters, and you're looking up like the rules for stuff, and like you're like I have so much 3rd edition and OGL material, and it's so codified, right? Like very codified, very hard to do just, you know, a reflavoring of something. So like, you know, when we're first starting out, you're like, is this really something I can do? And you're constantly looking like the Reborn for and not here. Is this really something I can kind of make as a mummy? And you know, then they even outright call it that. Like they're like, you know, a Reborn can look like anything. Level of decay can vary, and I was like, this is so cool. Huh. No, it's silly, but third edition did not do any favors in the make it flexible compartment, because everything was special in third, so everything had its own set of rules, right? Real game changing mindset, that. come into, you know, this and, you know, they outright say that, oh yeah, man, this is, you know, you could totally play Reborn as a mummy, and third has given me so much baggage. Thankfully, it's less baggage on the DMing side because like the best campaigns I ran were all second. 5e is pretty much just, you know, new 2e. DM is supposed to give out the players weird shit that isn't in the rules necessarily. You're encouraged to kind of come up with an agreement with your players as to how things work. And that is a much, much less innately toxic game. Okay, so I don't. It's a lot innately less toxic things. It's probably why a lot of the OSR guys don't exactly get on with 5e. Less so than they did third, which is kind of amazing because there was a lot of those guys that hated third too. Just had a thought. But some guys I knew way back in the day. Proto Mav days. D&D. Thinking about them. If they're even alive, some of them. At least one of them probably got himself killed through COVID because I know exactly the kind of person he is. That's horrible to say, but yeah, yeah. But rolling color doom kind of look to it. Uh, not as bad as it used to be. Funnily enough, forums dying kind of like it's kind of weird because forums going away has been both a blessing and a bane to the internet. Forums dying, that and the fact that 4E happened really kind of did a lot to. Okay, it's not so much that happened, but 5E is so insanely popular. There are more players playing 5E right now than any of the editions at their heights before it combined. So a lot of that angry, just entitled, spoiled neckbeard pizza face guy has been so thoroughly diluted that it's more like you run into pockets of those guys now rather than seeing them everywhere on every message board. Um, it's a lot more diluted than it was because of how much more successful 5e is. And but in like the 4e, 3e days especially, it was bad. Like the community was really, really divided back then. Um, so was third and second also had a pretty big divide, but the internet was more in its infancy then, so you really didn't see it as much. Um, first and second, I doubt there was ever really much of a big jump. Like I know for a fact that there was one. Just because you do have the guys that are pro Gygax and anti Dave Arneson, and frankly, Arneson is the one that pretty much laid the foundation for what it was to become D&D as we know it. Um, Gygax had his way, it would have stayed a weird, obscure war game. With some serious mechanical problems. Dude was also kind of a scumbag, but that's a whole nother kettle of fish. But yeah, so essentially back then, like when the hobby was still really niche, you had camp. I want to see the new thing, and you know, more or less, they're psychologically normal people. Um, and then you would have the grognard, the pizza face guy, and it didn't matter how good the new thing was, they were gonna hate it. Um, to the point that they would hate on the person who likes the new thing. Um, not exactly the most socially adjusted individual. But since forums broke and since 5e is so just insanely popular, it's really kind of diluted that down. Thank God. Now, like I said, it's more like pockets now. You'll run into the occasional guy who's like, brr, brr, brr. And those guys are almost invariably OSR guys, which is like old school, like second edition rules. You very rarely see anyone from the first edition crowd because everyone, you know, doesn't acknowledge first edition as an RPG. Good reasons, it's trash. Second is a very big cleanup of first. Damned effective cleanup at that. But yeah, like, so essentially as D&D became, like, 4e was really divisive. 4e was extraordinarily divisive. Because the mechanics were, frankly, the mechanics were blamely, like, the worst of MMO mechanics brought over to D&D. And it is, it's almost playable, like, it's almost playable on, like, a 1 to 3 shot. But once you realize that all the powers use the same math, there's no variety in abilities, the game gets really old really fast. And people picked up on that pretty quick with 4E. 4E was so bad at what it did that it pretty much gave rise to the third-party publishers making their own games again. Because everyone knew they could do better than what Wizards just put out. The entire reason Pathfinder exists is because 4E was terrible. That is a hard fact. That is not a opinion. You will find very few people that are on board the 4E train. I'd say probably 18 months out from its release forward. Because after you realize that, you know, your warlock who just threw a guy into the heart of a frozen eldritch god possessed star just does 3d10 damage, just like the fighter with his brute strike swing. It's boring. It's extraordinarily boring. And there's nothing you can do to mitigate that. That and, like, the rituals were a great idea. Like, there are some things in 4E that were done really well that I feel should come back, like minions. Minions should come back. I firmly believe that. The rituals, having rituals instead of spells for certain spells. So instead of, you know, eating spell slots on spells that nobody would take otherwise, you could do ritual casting instead. That was a cool idea. There is some good in it, it's just not... Yeah, exactly. Like, some of those would be really cool. Like, if we took the said warlock power that you chuck somebody into the heart of a frozen star, that has like an eldritch being staring at your enemy the whole time while they're there. If we turned that into a real spell, that would be so freaking baller. Problem is getting there. Getting to that point will be the challenge, but... Yeah, like, they're... 5e, though, is just so ridiculously successful. It's a lot harder to see those pockets now. Most of the guys that are pro the 3rd edition crowd have either moved on from RPGs entirely, or they're playing Pathfinder 1e. Which Pathfinder 2e, I have been told is a really good game, and I need to look into it. I have it on my shelf back there. It's just, it reads really dry. Its problem is it's extraordinarily a dry read, and it's really hard for me to get into a dry read anymore. I got better shit to do. Like, I don't want to work when I'm doing my reads. Lazy, entitled millennial, all I want to be there. Like this. Kind of done some good shit. But yeah, once you, thanks to 5e, because now everyone also has played it at least a little bit. A lot of people have. Stranger Things also did a huge amount of work bringing 5e into the fold of being a quote-unquote normies game now. You Stranger Things. Seriously. Okay, yeah, this is looking a lot better. You would think that. But a lot of those guys are like the quote-unquote OSR guys now. Like, they're just grifters. Like, they're in it for the lore. They don't really care about the hobby. It's the same problem a lot of the nerd hobbies are having right now. A lot of the same bozos are popping up in different. I love the lore, but if my lore choice becomes between lore and integrity of the game that I am running, the lore is going to lose every fucking time. That's just how it is. If it's going to be more fun for my table to do something different than what the established canon is, fuck the canon. It's all about the preservation of the game table. Well, that's the thing. Don't make shitty lore, and that won't be as much of a problem. There was a lot of shitty lore from the 1970s that is being slowly edged out. Like, we know that Monsters of the Multiverse is going to have a lot of revised lore in it. And I'm just going to pick and choose. Like, whatever works best for the table between old lore, new lore, and whatever I make, what we're going to go with. Lore is not something that is unchangeable. There's no such thing as a work of fiction that is not alterable. Especially when it comes to the sake of the game. I mean, hell, if lore was ever unchanging, I couldn't be a Star Trek fan because then I'd have to say that most of Voyager happened. That ain't happening. That's not to say there isn't, like, 22 good episodes of Voyager. There are. Problem is it's 22 episodes over 100 and... I'll be able to tell you all in a minute. 2 times 7. There's a... yeah. So let's say there's about 22 to 30 good episodes. There's still 132 really bad ones. But yeah, like, it's always mutable. The only question is how do you handle your changes? Battletech has one of the more humorous ways of handling retcons. Looking straight at the cartoon there. The Drow editions were honestly a welcome change. Now that I've, listened to a book that has the new lore in it all the way through, and I will say this, I have never, ever, ever in the history of my entire life reading books, I feel so, like, literary-wise, like, for lack of a better word, I've never been so literary cock-teased as I was at the end of that last R.A. Salvatore book, Drow. Because it doesn't just end on a cliffhanger where, like, somebody falls off a cliff and you wonder what happens. It is not that. It's not even that. Like, we're talking, like, almost mid-swing in combat levels of tease, and then just plop. What the hell was that? Stupid thing. So, like, literally, we're talking, like, someone's mid-swing, practically, and that's where the book ends, and I'm like, you dick! You dick! It really kind of puts it into that mode. But yeah, like, you know what, this is really nice because it's an addition to the lore. It's not a takeaway. This is straight out just an addition. What you get with. Um, Enzo Barazon is still very much a thing. In all of the psychological scars it has given every, even the drow that have been isolated from it for, thousands of years. Really well handled. The Aven drow are a very interesting bunch. And I'm looking forward to seeing it more of them. Um, I don't know about the other drow faction because there's a third. There's three now. There's Menzo Baranzon, which is the city of spiders. The Aven drow, and then I can't remember the name of the third one, but they haven't popped up yet. To be fair, they have not popped up because this is focusing on the Aven drow. But yeah, like they leave it on such a big cliffhanger. Like I can't even. It's a well-written book, but I can't recommend it to you guys because it is so going to be dependent on the next book that I can't recommend it. Unless the second book is good. Like the second book has to be as good as what I've read, or else it's in deep trouble. There's just no way. Like you literally can't go without them. I do too. Of course, and the nice thing is R.A. Salvatore's old enough now as a writer. Like he understands that, you're not coming to these books for grits anymore. You're coming to see Dritz's friends, and he does understand this. He does not tarry too long with Mr. Dritz. It's all about the companions in this book, and I love every character eventually warmed up to me. I warmed up on. There isn't a character in that book that I didn't thoroughly enjoy reading by the end of it. Really well done. Really well done. But yeah, it leaves on such a bad cliffhanger. I can't recommend it until the next. Those of you that are D&D junkies, I'm sure you're going to read it anyway, and then you're going to be just like me, where you're like, God damn it, now I need to know. Remember, y'all, I warned you. Don't get to pull the I wasn't warned about this. I told you going into that book. In fact, I'll give you all the name of the damn thing here in a minute. That helped out considerably, didn't it? One side or left, gentlemen. Go. I'm really kind of digging the effect I made with that. Okay. Work on that sword. Gotta come up. Also, Sesam, this is literally, I just realized, I realized earlier today, this is literally the first character I have ever drawn that has a helmet. Period. None of the rest have had helmets. So, what does it take for Mav to make a cool to have a character with a helmet? This is the minimum bar right here. If it doesn't look cool like this, it ain't getting on my head. Yeah, the idea is anyway that her helmet can close all the way down, and that this slides down over her eyes. So, like, literally all that's, like, really going to be exposed is, like, right here. Like, that was the idea behind this helmet, was that this can come down. Undo. I don't think I created a pixel there, but I'm not 100% sure, so... So we need... in the background. But I also need this sword. One. Down. We're relatively clean. Okay. That shows you exactly how far off my geometry is, doesn't it? Big help there. Peace. Thinking about a higher end one is probably not as prone. Too much. Alright, so when I zoom back out, some of this won't be noticeable, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. It's still not great, but it's better. Oh. Okay. So. Bonk. Save. But yeah, I'm, alright. That was so not it. God, you know what I was doing. Again with the stupid. Okay. It's a lot better, doesn't it? Okay, so now I want to put a sun sigil somewhere in this blade. Let's do a thing. Let's do some more quote-unquote research. Ugh. Okay. That's really not too different. Okay. So it's just a disc. Basically a concentric circle. Okay. Really am digging this. This is starting to look like. Alright. Further over. Okay. So, no. go. Okay. 700 maybe? 8? Okay. I'm just picking. Fuck it. Especially when it's that small. Holy shit. Forgot about that feature. That changes the size of the mushroom. Okay. Not that small. Starting to look like something. Okay, so I want to change the back of that sword a bit. Off full handles. Admitted, I don't want to completely redo this. We're coloring. I didn't see that till now. Alright, let's do a smart. Double save. Whenever you're getting ready to fuck it up, double save. Alright, so. There y'all. Fuck it up. Yep. Before you do the stupid. That's better. Quite what I was shooting for. I think what it is. All right, chat. Let's watch me fuck it up. Okay. Start with that. So this is the back of the hand. Out clean and then fuck what you. Okay. Now this we can add like that. Now let's. All right, more cleaning. You know, if I had like one of those 8K tablets, that'd be interesting. I wonder what your zoom level would look like then. I think as far as like the pixel density and shit. I think that'd be kind of cool. This one's only 1080, I think. Okay, it's better than it was. It's at least in the same plane now. The back part of top, though, we still gotta... Stuff you can't see when you're working. Right? Not going to be right now because of how we drew the sword. I messed up with the plane of her hand and the sword where we originally messed up. For anyone wondering what happened, I didn't catch it until now. I'm a putz. You heard it here first. Okay. Go. I know what I did wrong, and I don't know if it's going to be easily addressable on future pieces. We're trying to keep... We're trying to get a little bit more dynamic every time I do one piece. Okay. So we got a good start on the sword. And a little bit of a correction, not much. Her sword's almost more like a cleaver because of the handle orientation now. Which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. We still have to figure out a background, and I'm still going to probably add some more hieroglyphs to the blade. We've also got to color. We got to shade the cloth here on our legs, which I think we can work on here a little bit. And I've also got to put hieroglyphs on her wrappings. So I'm gonna have to do some casual Google foo for what kind of sigils of protection and the like Egyptians will use. We gotta figure all that out. But we'll get there. We will definitely get there. So, let's start by saving. Okay. Now we need to start thinking about some shading. Take that. Go to that. Start working on shading. I am just spittling all over the place. Why can't you wear a mask? Right there. That is so faint. I barely see it. Good. You're right. I can burp. Hey. I can kind of see that. Okay. Now we can darken our brand new shade of gray. Uh, Barely see it. Barely see it. Kind of get that Cobra hood look to it, right? Okay. I already tell a little bit of shading there going on. It does make a difference. Bitch. Okay. Hell, we've made a good chunk of progress on that now. Not in some bright touch. Okay. Save over that. Done a decent amount of chunks on that, that's for sure. Alright, so mostly did some shading tonight and a little bit of coloring and a little bit of fixing. Next week, or next time we do this, probably be next Monday. Monday or Tuesday. We're going to probably work a little bit more on the wraps. Kind of get this, some of these are going to have some kind of glyph work or hieroglyphs of some sort. And probably along the legs, a couple on the arms maybe a couple here. And then we're going to have to start on, we need to work more on the sword. And then after that, this background, we're going to have to find some form of committing to this background. I don't know exactly what we're going to do for it just yet, but yeah, we'll figure it out, and I will see you guys. Barring any catastrophes or anything stupid, I'm going to try to get a miniatures painting stream in Friday, and I think we're going to work on my Tau, because I have enough Tau that are primed. And I have some mechs for Battletech that are primed if I do somehow get through the town. And then after that, it'll be our D&D stream on Sunday. So, forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you all, hopefully Friday. I will keep you guys updated on Twitter and Discord. So, feel free to check out either or. And we'll see you guys later. Double save this right quick before we call it. And y'all have a good night. Be safe, everybody. It's still cold and wintry and all that crap, so